The Second Epistle to the Corinthians, Introduction, Lesson 1. Author, Paul the Apostle, along with Timothy, 1:1. Place of writing, somewhere in Macedonia, while Paul was on his way to make another visit to Corinth. This would be during his third missionary journey, in a part of which Luke says very little. Cf. Act 20, 1-2. Time of writing, possibly in the fall of 57 AD, making it but a few months after writing 1 Corinthians, likely written in the spring of 57 AD. Messenger, Titus, who was accompanied by two others on his journey, 8:16-24. Background of the epistle. The church in Corinth began in 52 AD when Paul visited there on his second missionary journey. It was then that he stayed 1.5 years, the first time he was allowed to stay in one place as long as he wished. A record of this visit and the establishment of the church is found in Acts 18, 1-18. The second letter of Paul to the Corinthian church was occasioned by the report brought back by Titus, who informed Paul of their reception of the first letter and how they received the rebuke that letter contained, 2:12-13 and 7:5-9. Purpose of the epistle. Titus's report was encouraging, but evidently it also brought troubling news that some at Corinth were questioning Paul's authority as an apostle. This doubt may have been planted by Judaizing teachers who seemed to follow Paul and attempted to undermine his teaching concerning the law. They appear to have questioned his veracity, 1:15-17, his speaking ability, 10:10 and 11:6, and his unwillingness to accept support from the church at Corinth, 11:7-9 and 12:13. There were also some people who had not repented of their licentious behavior, 12:20-21. Paul's primary purpose, then, in this epistle is to vindicate his apostleship and manner of life. He hopes that by writing in advance of his visit, he can get all the necessary rebuke out of the way, 1:23-2:3 and 13:10. He also uses the opportunity to encourage them to have the collection for the needy saints in Jerusalem ready when he comes, 9:1-5 and 1 Corinthians 16:1-2. This letter is the most biographical and least doctrinal of Paul's epistles. It tells us more about Paul as a person and as a minister than any of the others. Those who would be ministers of the gospel would do well to carefully study it, along with Paul's epistles to Timothy and Titus. 2 Corinthians 7:2. Open your heart to us. We have wronged no one. We have corrupted no one. We have defrauded no one. The Second Epistle to the Corinthians, Introduction, Lesson 1.